Okay guys, so in this video I will show you guys how to download the newest Blender Sculpt Branch and also its features. So let's start. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is to go to the link that is provided in the link in the description, and basically you will have to choose your OS system, so operating system. So whether you have Windows, Linux or Mac, you can find the Sculpt branch, and basically in the text you should go to the sculpt when you are using Mac or Linux, but when you are using Windows you should have this default, like on the top, the build called daily Sculpt branch build, and once you click on it you can download it, as you can see, and then it will start downloading. So once you download it, you just have to unzip it. So you right click and you click unzip, and you now just have to wait till it finishes. So once you unzip it, you just have to go the folder below it and you just have to find Blender executable. So once you click on it, it will pop up the window and ask you if you want to turn it on, and you just have to click on more information and turn it on. Okay guys, so first feature I want to show you guys is the new cursor. So basically, as you can see, it's not flat anymore, and you have the circle that is adjusted to the normal of the face. So if you point here, for example, from the front view, you can see now the circle turns flat because we are pointing on the normal of the side head. So it's quite flat, and thanks to this tool, this feature, you will have like better understanding of your mesh, so you know where the edges are, where the bends are, and it will just improve your sculpting because it's more visualized than the flat cursor before. And the circle in the middle is actually showing you what vertex you are like pointing it at on right now. I said it wrong, but never mind. So yeah, my most favorite feature, I think, but we'll see. So it's the first feature. Okay guys, so the next feature I want to show is the new brush that is called Relax, and it's actually, it doesn't have any icons for now, but you can make one. But as you can see, you have this Relax brush, and what it does is basically it's the same as smoothing, but I think it's a little bit different in the way that it doesn't change your volume. So it will keep your mesh the same, but it will smooth out your vertex. So if I go here now, I enable this one, and I go to geometry, I enable wireframe, you can see my wireframe basically. So if I now start painting on it, you can see that this will relax my mesh, for example here, and it will not change the geometry of my mesh. It will keep the same geometry, it will keep the same volume, but it will only relax my mesh. So it's very nice when you do some retopology and you want to make evenly placed quads. You just like draw with this brush and it will relax everything. So it's very nice brush. Yeah, it works almost the same as smooth brush. Yeah, but the difference is that when you use the smooth brush, it will change your mesh a bit. So if I go like disable this for a few seconds, and if I do the shift brush now, so I will just smooth it, you can see that it smooths out my mesh, so it will change my geometry. And sometimes you don't want that. You see that now it deleted all my hard edges, and sometimes you don't want that. You just want to make it make the topology different. So yeah, this is the difference between relax and sculpt brush. Relax and smooth brush. Okay guys, so next things I want to show you is the different curve presets. And I know it's not something new, but now you have more presets than before. So if you go to view and you click on the tool settings, it should make the tool settings appear on the top. And it's the same as the panel on the right that you used to have, but now it's on the top, and it has like most important features on the top, so it's very nice to have them on the top. So if you click on the brush, you have few different like settings for the brush, and you have this curve preset property, and for now it's on the custom, and custom means that it will use the fall off from this graph that you have here. So it will use the alt graph, so you can choose from the presets here, and you can, yeah, have different endings of the brush. But now you but now in this new blender you have few different presets already. So you have the smooth one, which is like the typical one. If I use the grab brush for now and I grab this, you can see that it's quite smooth, I would say. Let me enable the symmetry. But if you change to, I don't know, to the sharper, it will make the grab brush very sharp, and you can play with it. You can do a lot of different stuff. You have also like few different okay, it's constant, so it looks weird, but I think that there's some use cases for this. So as you can see, oh, now it looks very nice. If you want to make I don't know, horns, you can use the constant preset, and it also works with different brushes, not only with the grab brush. So if you have clay strip brush and now I have it on the constant, you can see that it will extrude my geometry, not that smooth, it will make it constant. So oh, okay, I haven't changed to constant, so let me change to constant, and you can see that it looks very rigid because we have the constant preset on, and you can play with it. It's actually very nice to make muscles with the constant preset and then smooth it out, but never nonetheless or something. It's very useful, and if you have it on the custom, it will use this fall off from here. Okay guys, so the next thing I want to show you is the pose tool. So if you go to if you go to the left side, you have this pose brush, and it will basically change. You can use this brush to change the pose of your character. So for example, if I grab here, I want to change her hand, you can see that it basically will bend it, but the cursor is like the size of the brush is too small. So basically, the position where you point your cursor is the thing that you want to move, and the end of the cursor will be the place where it will bend. So for example, if I have it very small, you can see that this point I want to move, and the point where it's bending is defined by the size of our cursor. So if I want to move this thing and I want it to be bended here, I just have to increase my cursor to be roughly the size of this where the ankle is, not ankle, elbow, and you can see that now I can bend things without using the armature. So it's very nice, and to pose your characters very quickly if you want to sculpt characters in the pose and not use the rigging. So here, for example, I can move the leg like this, or I can move them backwards like this, so she can bend the legs, and maybe something else. Okay. Okay, but you get the idea. So it's the pose tool, and if you want to move this, for example, you can see that it will move the body also because it's affected. It's in the radius of the cursor. You can use the different thing. You can use the mask basically to prevent this thing. So you can mask the body. And now you can basically rotate it if you want. Yeah. Okay, so the next tool, which is the almost the same, but a bit different than the pose tool, is called move tool and rotate tool. So it works basically the same as the as in edit mode. So you have this like cursor which you can rotate on. So you can see that I have this cursor here now, and I can rotate based on this point. So if I move it to the right, you can see that it will split her into halves. And if I only want to move this arm, so I want to rotate this arm, I just have to mask the like middle parts of her. So if you go to mask tool, you can, I don't know, use the box mask here, so you can box mask her. And I just want to move the arm, so I will just mask everything except from the arms. So let me mask her. Okay, something like this. And if you go back to the rotate tool, you can see that now I can rotate her arms like this if I want to. And you can very easily change from, I don't know, A pose to the T pose. And you just have to fix some problems later on when you unmask things. But yeah, this is the tool that it's quite helpful sometimes, but I still don't know the use case. And you have the same with the transform, with the move tool. So if you move it, you can like move her arms away from her body, or move it down or move it up. And yeah, I still don't know the use case. Sometimes I use it. If you want to make her wider, yeah, wider, then you can like make her like this, and she'll be, I don't know, cocky. So that is the tool, like use case of this tool. If you want to change the point of this cursor, it's very weird process. So basically, you just have to go to mask, and you have to mask everything. So you just go to hide mask and click fill mask. And now you can basically move the cursor if you go to move tool. So if you want to change position, now you can do it. But you have to have all of your character masked before changing the position. So if I want to change it to the elbow, like here, you have to change it during the mask, and then you can go to mask, and you can like unmask different parts. So for example, this part I want to unmask because I want to move her elbow. So now I can rotate her elbow like this. So here, oh my gosh, like this, or I can move it down, etc. Okay guys, so the most important change to this sculpting brush, like sculpting branch, is the Voxel Remesher. So basically, you don't use Topo anymore, or you can use it, but it's a different workflow basically. So if you enable the tool settings, you should have this panel here. It's called Remesh, and you have this voxel size, and basically it will change the size of, like, the detail of your mesh depends on this size. So if you make it very small, for example 0.01, and you click remesh, it will remesh your like mesh. If you remesh your mesh, okay. If you go to this part and you click on the wireframe, you can see that before remesher I had only this amount of faces, but if you want to add more faces, you just click on the remesh, click remesh, and it will add evenly spaced like quads. And now you can start sculpting. So it's a very different approach from Topo, because it will not add any more vertices at runtime. You just have to manually add the vertices when you need it. So for example here, if I want, like, let me go back a bit. So in this in this workflow, you work incrementally. So basically first you have very low detail, and you just sculpt a few things. For example, you make this quite flat, make the front face flat, and you can see that now you can't really make eye holes because you don't have enough vertices. So then you start using the remesher. So basically you go to the tool settings, you change this size to be, I don't know, 0.1 at the beginning, and you remeasure it, and you can see that it changes your mesh. It added more vertices, and now you can add the eye holes. But then you start sculpting something, and you can see that now you don't have any more vertices, you need more to make the mouth. Then you start adding even more, so you decrease the size of this voxel so to 0.05 and you remesh it again, and you can see that you have a lot more vertices, and you just sculpt incrementally. It's very fast. It's faster than Dyntopo, and it can handle a lot more vertices than Dyntopo, and that's why it's the main plus for this approach. But yeah, I try to get used to it. It's hard, but you will get used to it. You will see the benefits of it once you start sculpting, and maybe you will change from Dyntopo to this. So that's the main meat of this sculpting branch. Okay guys, so there's one more tool that I want to show you, which is very nice. So if you go to sculpt mode, and for example you want to make a pants, and in Blender 2.79 there was a add-on that was called Sculpt Tools, but now it doesn't work with 2.8, and it had a feature that is called mask extract, so you could basically sculpt something and extract it, and now it's back to Blender, like back to this sculpting branch. So basically, if I want to make pants for this little cute guy, you just have to go to mask tool here, and you just have to draw the pants that you want. Let me enable the x-axis. You just have to mask the area where you want this pants to be. So I will mask whole back area, and I will leave the legs a bit because he has to have some space. So here and here. So you have this look of your pants, and now you can just click on the spacebar to have the search tool, and you have to search for mask extract, and if you click on the mask extract, it will make a geometry from your mask. So if I move it to the right, you can see that it's in the shape of my pants. So if I want to make it a bit thicker, I can increase the thickness, because underneath it will just add the solidify modifier to this flat plane, and you can see that I created pants for him very quickly. And now you can go back to sculpting and fix few things, like for example these edges here, they are very, I don't know how to say it, very constant, and you can smooth them out if you want, etc. And yeah, you just have to play with it. You can see I can smooth this part to make this pants not that tight. And yeah, this tool, this feature I was missing the most, because if you want to make accessories for your character, this one is very helpful, very useful, and it will make your process a lot faster. Okay guys, I want to show you one more tool. So if you click the spacebar, if you click on the spacebar and you search for mask expand, it will expand the mask from the place where you had your cursor. So if I want to mask the hands, I can move them up to here, and it will mask the hands. Or it's not the best, because I haven't started from the good place. So let me start from the hands. I point at here and I click space, I search for mask expand. It will start from the hands, and now I can move it up here. And it doesn't work that good, because my mesh is not very nice set it up for this tool. But as you can see, it helps a lot, and now you can just fix a few things, and then you will have your arms masked. Okay guys, so that will be it for this video. There's a lot more tools to the sculpting branch, but I don't use them all and I don't know them all. So you just have to check out the Pablo Dobaro ArtStation or Twitter. He's the guy that is responsible for this great thing. And yeah, guys, thank you for watching and see you guys in the next one. Bye.